installing vb3, is it? Visual Basic Pro 3. It must be Visual Basic Pro 3. Actually, the third version wasn't as good as the fourth, but we're going to install it anyway. Just a bit of a nostalgic thing, and I'll show you what I've been doing regarding. I think I went down the wrong route of the software what I'm writing through BC7, which is QBX, PDS, whatever you want to call it. It had different names, didn't it? Anyway, I'm using the emulator. I'm using the 86 Pro box, which is the nearest, because the only reason why I'm using this one compared to DOSBox and all that is because it emulates the hardware as well. So you would get this, even though the emulation is not quite right with it, but it's close. But as you can see, I installed a working copy of MS-DOS. I think this is 622. There's no alterations to it other than the memory management and stuff like that. I installed Windows 3.11 this morning, so that's why I'm going to be testing out VB Visual Basic 3. Just have a drink of water. I'm pretty much parched, meaning I'm hot. Right. Obviously, I've done some alterations. Oh, I've got disk caching. Alright, okay. So if you look on here now on my drive, I've got these. I'll just show you as a quick example. I'm doing some coding practices at the moment, and examples. Is it SHOWTEXT? Right. And it's bugged out a little bit, so, but if I show you text, whoops, oh, obviously it's not quite right yet, but show text. Right, so basically I've got a script in it as well. So if you do the show text plus hash script and then the file name, it'll read the file name. So for example, if I'm going to do it here, you've got this remark. If I just show you what it's going to do, script dot, command, right, okay. So command string, there you go. Right, so that should work now. So it'll ask me to save it. Now it will work 100%. Right, okay, so right, let's go for it. Date, yeah, there you go. So it'll run now. So if I go script, if I just type in Nick, it'll just come up with a blue error, right? Launch your script, echo, no file, no list, right? So if I go there, and thanks to someone who mentioned it, I'm actually going to write the code into it. There's the command line. That's the actual contents of the script. So you got text. This is a guy who actually pinged me, and I thought I might use it actually in the actual. I'm obviously having to work it all out at the moment. It doesn't run at the moment. It's just a dummy at the moment. So if you go run, it'll just cancel out. But the rest of the other commands are there. So if I go character set. Character set. Oh, is it CHR set? Whoops. You can tell I'm not awake yet. I've only just got up. There you go, there's the character set. But yeah, that's what it's going to basically do. If I go type in like 1000, it'll just come up with an error. Actually, I could do it this way actually. I could go script, because it's not bothered. And I think it saves it as an ASCII file, showtext.bas. It should. Oh, showtext.bas. Oh, bas. There you go. And obviously it's 51 lines. But yeah, that's you can't scroll up and down on it. I might consider that actually. I don't know. I don't know, but you can edit. The original idea was to do it like this, script, whoops. So you go txt, and there's the script, what I'm planning. I'm going to link all, obviously I'm going to set up a set of generic commands within a script compile of some form. I'm just playing with the idea at the moment, but I'm not happy with the way it constructs it at the moment. You can, I think CS works. So if I go SHOWTEXT to CS, no, it doesn't. Is it CS? No, some of it's not functional yet, so I obviously have to link that source up. But obviously we're not going to be doing that today. What we're going to be doing is installing. Go back to the main root, and we're going to be installing vb basic, sorry, free. So we've got the old classic, and we need to pop up here. Oh, go away. It doesn't all. Ah, right, okay. Right, okay, so we need to go to the disk, image, and we need to go to a VB ISO. Right, okay, there we go. Right, okay, so we need to go filing system, and we go to CD-ROM, and there is our startup files. So we got setup D. Oh yeah, CD-ROM. Sorry. E drive, my apologies. There you go, E drive, right, okay, VB DOS. We go setup. I don't know what's that? VB what? Copyright VB, alright. Oh, is that the disk version? What's in there? Oh right, okay, so that's just the folders, and the setup file is here, and the disks. What is this? Alright, so we will get this sorted out. Disk 1, is it an image? Oh right, okay, fair enough. Setup, so we need setup. Ah, right, I'll continue. Right. Nick. And then we go Kcin. Which is my name backwards, obviously. But, okay. VB DOS. Yeah. Actually, I might just put free on the end. So I might consider removing it, create directory. Yeah. Why would you want to change it if you decided on it? Right, okay. Set needs to install, yeah, blah blah blah. Complete installation. Yeah, just do a complete installation. Don't install ODBC. You don't need ODBC on these earlier machine versions. Now I'm wondering whether or not it'll go through each folder and find the next folder and so on. It takes me back this. Very fair. I think it was the first Visual Basic I started with, actually, free on 3.11. I didn't like 3.0. 3.0 was a smaller version of the software. I first started coding on Visual Basic on 3.0, I think it was. I did have to install to 3. I think it was only compatible with 3.11. There were certain runtimes it needed off the 3.11 version, and me and my father, who's now passed away, we transferred the files using a program called Laplink. Laplink was a communications thing, or you could use it to transfer files from one protocol to another, from one system to another, via the comms ports or via a parallel port. I never used the parallel. There's a lot more involved with the parallels to me, so we just use the comms port, you know, the RS-232 stuff. And it took us to transfer 311 on a 30 megabyte drive about 6 hours, something like that. We actually ended up, what had happened was my father had got a brand new laptop, and I had an IBM AT, the 286 variant one, the big heavy junky one, which is like a kind of grey coloured one with the original keyboard. Weighed half a ton it did, and we used an RS-232 crossover cable to lap link both machines. Oh right, okay, yeah, it's picking the drives already. And what it basically done was I was able to transfer the entire filing system of Windows 3.11 to my computer. Unfortunately, you didn't have a lot of storage after that. I think I was only left with about 4 megabytes or something ridiculous like that after the operating system, after the other stuff I got on. And I didn't have the hard drives back then because they're so expensive. Eventually my computer got an upgrade. I actually took out the original AT motherboard out of that 286 machine. My father had gave me a 386, and I'll tell you something. You could tell the difference, even though it looked like a Raspberry Pi inside the box. Do you know what I mean? No, it was like a Raspberry Nano inside this big, humongous box, and it had its own IDE controller. It was all chipset based. The only thing it required was a graphic. There was no graphics card on board, but it had a really good BIOS. You know, one of those ones, because sometimes in the early days of buying hard disks, the drives didn't come with any parameter information, so you couldn't tell what platters were on it, what cylinders were on it. You had to physically go online and get the information. But this BIOS had a hard disk detection, and it must use some form of hard disk signaturing to recognise the drive. It was really useful. I think I kept it for about 20 years, this drive. I mean this motherboard. It ended up in my cupboard, but eventually I sold it on eBay. I think I sold it for about 20 quid or something. It had a 386 and a coprocessor on it as well. But I think, don't get me wrong, I think whoever bought it off me tried to pull a fast one on me, saying that it wasn't working. But offered half a refund, which sounded a bit dodgy, or requested half a refund. So, but then I said to them, no, I'll just send it back, and they never did. So obviously I knew it was a scam. They were trying to rip me off a little bit, but it was a good little 386DX motherboard. I think the speed was about, it was 20 off clock, and then high clock was I think 40 megahertz. So it was pretty good for its time. I used to obviously I'd started getting larger hard drives, round about 500 megabytes and 100 megabyte drives and stuff like that. Oh, it's going back so far now. Yeah, it was a good little unit that. Eventually I went on and I was able to get hold of a 486 motherboard. Dropped it in. I think I dropped that in the case. I don't know what happened to that computer case. It's that far back now. I remember it actually. I was quite shocked with this. On eBay. I think it was around about the same time I sold the DX 386 motherboard. The 286 motherboard, which was a proper AT motherboard, which was the 5170 or something like that. I can't remember what they were called. I sold it for about 60 quid on eBay, and the guy emailed me saying, How long you had it in the cupboard? I had it in there for literally something like 25 years when I sold it, and he said it works perfectly. I was quite shocked with that. The only thing I took off it was the battery, because the batteries had a tendency of leaking onto the motherboard. I think the battery on them were a cell batteries, but they're the acid ones, the ones that leaked on the motherboards. And obviously, if they get on the motherboards, then you have to repair traces and all that. So he ended up taking. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So I don't know what that would do. Run VB. Okay, let's go VB. That takes me back. Is it in timer? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh my word. Is that common dialogue? It is, isn't it? Is it common dialogue? Whoops. Don't like that. Where's... Is it down here? Do you know me? It's been such a long time since a professional demo. Applications. Alright, okay, there it goes. There's the applications. We've got them. Well, oh right, yeah. It took some getting used to this version. Now I'm assuming if I go like that, that is a common dialogue. Yeah, it's common dialogue. So you could put printers to it and stuff. So if I wanted to, I could go. Can you double click? Is it common dialogue? Is it common dialogue? My memory ain't new what it used to be. But I think it was common. Well, common dialogue. What's the function? Object now. Form. Okay. CM dialogue. Alright, okay. So if we just do CM dialogue 1. I don't think it had any help. I don't think it had any. Oh, it's been such a long time. CM dialogue 1. So it's CM dialogue 1. No, you can't. So what are the references on it? Help key, master size. Alright, click on index. So if I went like this and I go, oops, show open, is it? No, it doesn't work that one. It doesn't have help pages, so you're more or less guessing. Anyway, I'm not bored. I'm not bothered. It's been such a long time, so we're just going to close that form up, delete that. Alright, okay. So what's this here? You know what? It's been such a long time since I last used this. That's a masking one. I remember that. That's the folder. Oh right, okay. So, yeah. I know that one. That's the node one, isn't it? Yeah. I could actually do that. I'll go timer. Put timer there. Frame 1. I'm assuming frame 1.text. Is it? Or frame 1.label? Frame 1. Frame 1.name. .available. Right, okay. It's either that or caption. Frame 1.caption. Yeah, okay. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to do a quick one here. So we'll do here. Take me into your system, right? Okay. So we got timer 1 dot enabled. Whoops. Enabled equals true. I'm assuming. Is it timer? Oh, forgive me guys if I'm like really slow. Good God, this is horrible. Timer 1, yeah, it is timer 1. So timer 1 dot enabled. Timer 1 dot enabled equals true. Whoops. Timer 1 dot enabled equals true. Timer dot 1 interval is equal to 1000. I don't think it matters which way you go around that. That one will do the tick over every thousandth of a second. So 1 second basically. So what we do now is that's active. Right, frame 1 dot caption. So we go in here and we go frame 1 dot caption equals time string. That'll do. Just for now. And then we run it, and we should have a box with a timer on it. Or maybe not. Oh, there it goes. It's just a little bit slow, isn't it? Yeah, look. Is the timer not 1,000th of a second? That's a bit straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 elephant, 2 elephant, 3 elephant. 4. Yeah, it's not a second, is it? So the timer's off. It might be timers off for the emulator actually. Now then, I wonder if you can add a. Right, let's have a look. So that's a text document, isn't it? Have we got a? We've got a drop down and we've got a list box. That'll do. So we'll just add a list box. Ugh. Right, list box 1. Alright, so we go oops. List box. Is it list 1 or list box 1? List 1. Is it list 1 or list box 1? I know they call it list 1, but I'm sure it was a list box variable, wasn't it? Or is it list 1? Because obviously this is earlier version. You know, it's been such a long time since I used this. It is, yeah, it's list box, but I think it's just list 1, isn't it? I don't know. Let's try it. List 1. Whoops. Dot clear. Is it? Yeah, I think that could be it actually. Let's see if it comes out with an error. Nope, it's cleared it. And it's going to be a timer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on the timer. Oh, it's a bit finicky. I'm assuming now if I was to do whoops, list 1 dot add item time string. Huh? Could be. Right. So as we run it, it should be changing the times, and yeah, there it goes. Now will it go before or after? After. It's not bad. They're very, to be honest, the VB programming language, even to this day now, I think I'm using, what version am I using now? Whoops. I think I'm using 2019 at the moment, and there's not really much change in it. Even the programming language hasn't really changed over the years, other than like they've compiled .NET services, compilers, a lot of the programming from other you know, systems, scripting mainly. But yeah, that gives you an idea, doesn't it? And you can change that timer. If you change that timer, it'll just it'll increase the speed. So this will do it. I'll do it 4 times over. So if I go 250, then run it, it'll repeat 4 times, I would imagine. There we go. Alright, 3 times, alright. Yeah, 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. Anyway, getting the idea. I don't know whether I'm going to do anything with that. I probably could, because I've got quite a few little programs I could use, or because I like to have a nostalgic look at all this old software. You know, I was writing the code on this when my kids were young. You know, my daughters now are in the 30 or nearly 30. I was writing code while they were babies, so it just in this, or maybe 4 actually. I might actually go in the next video and demonstrate how. Oh, it creates an exe. I know. Would you like to save changing? No. Yeah, it's alright that. Takes me back. Right, okay. Would you like to undo the session? Yes, I would. Um, 33 megabytes. Will it do anything with just VB? I forget how it calculates the drives out now. Whoops. Just me messing around at the moment. 4 megabyte. I'm just fiddling around at the moment. Right, I think we'll call it a day, guys, because this was only a small thing. Actually, system vb3. How much is that in total? About 18 megabytes. See what I mean? I couldn't. That drive, that computer I had. How much is that on Windows? Whoops. Is it there? What did I call it? Oh, is it on me? Oh, is it on the other drive? D drive. Which is just the drivers. Ah, right. Okay. Windows. 30 megabytes. So if you look at it, it's right. I think it was yeah. I didn't have much operating system space left after I installed Windows on it. After installing VB 3.0, and bearing in mind back then, hard disks, it was really expensive even to buy a 100 meg drive. Not 100 gig, 100 meg. You know, and this one, these are 500 meg here. On all I've done is split the drive up. Well, in fact, I think I'm emulating 2 drives. That's that's the first one, the primary partition, and then right. So the first one obviously is a 500 meg one, 520 meg, and the second one is a gigabyte one. All right, okay. Right, I'm going. Thanks for watching. You know where I am. I know it's a bit of a change of a video. But I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing some more in the future, especially to do with that command line. I'm still working on it because I've just been tied up with playing games and all that kind of stuff. Because I basically what it is I have ADHD, and I lose interest in stuff very quickly. I think you've probably realised that I'll play games and suddenly I'll change it completely, and that's just the way I am. And I'll lose my noggin on things. Alright, anyway, I'm going to get going. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff. You know where I am. Add me. I hope you enjoy my videos. And I know a lot of it is games. A lot of people don't like games. But I like to do a mixture of all sorts of things. Anyway, ciao for now.